Good morning, everybody. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. And I got some cruise news stories for you today. And we're going to start off with a little case of, I don't know, kind of reminds me of some deja vu. So there is a new startup cruise company out there called Globe Cruises. Now, Globe Cruises' idea here is they're putting together a 3-year world cruise scheduled to start in April of 2025 and finish in 2028. Now, this is one of those live on board, purchase a place to live on board the cruise ship. A 1,095-day voyage, stopping at 413 ports in 171 different countries. Now, does that plan sound familiar to you? Well, it might if you are familiar with Life at Sea cruises. They sold the exact same plan. And you remember, people sold their houses, invested their life savings into a company that, well, honestly, never even had a cruise ship. And then here, just about a month ago, they filed for bankruptcy, and there are still people out there who never got their money back. So now, just the similarities between those two would already kind of trigger a little warning in my head to say, wait a minute. Let's look a little deeper into what's going on here. Now, you can go over to Global Cruises' website because they do have one up, but the picture they have up there on the cruise ship and cabins and stuff like that, well, they're not real pictures. They are AI generated pictures, which kind of immediately sends up a red flag of, do they even have a cruise ship yet? And finally, some of the same executives from Life at Seas Cruises, well, they are listed as the executives for this new startup cruise line. So not only do we have the same story, they don't appear to have a cruise ship, and it's the same people who just filed bankruptcy after taking those people's money the first time. I don't know. I mean, red flags, red flags, red flags across the board. If you are seeing this and thinking about investing in this, putting your life savings into this cruise, boy, I would pump those brakes, do some more research, and think twice before I had anything to do with these group of people, because so far, their success rate is a big fat 0. I don't know if scam would be the appropriate word to use, because it may not be, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Doesn't this kind of seem a little fishy to you? Next up, we had a possible cyber attack on the port of Seattle and at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. Now, this did cause an internet and a web system outage. And while it didn't affect the cruise lines or the cruise ports as much as it would have affected the airport, it definitely could cause some delays over the next couple of days as they get it sorted out. It happened a couple of days ago, but they still said, hey, it could be a couple days before we get everything reset and rebooted. So if you're flying into Seattle, flying out of Seattle, just keep in mind there could be some delays while they get all of that sorted out. And finally, Princess Cruise Lines very quietly didn't make an announcement, didn't post any kind of updates, just kind of slid it in there, and it is on their website, but they have raised the gratuity rates for all cruise passengers. Now, it's not a big increase. It's an equal amount across no matter what stateroom you're in, but it is $1 more per person per day. And according to Princess's website, this has gone into effect immediately. So for those staying in suites, the daily gratuity rate goes from $18 a day up to now $19 per day. Mini suites, cabanas, and club level staterooms, they go from $17 a day up to $18 a day. And all other stateroom types, balconies, interiors, ocean view cabins, go from $16 to $17 a day. Now, that is only $1 per person per day, but if you got a family of 4, a group traveling together, that $1 per person, well, that can add up over a week-long cruise. Now, this increase, though, is only for those who have not purchased Princess Plus or Princess Premier. Both of those include the gratuities in them, so this will only affect passengers who haven't purchased one of the 2 upgrades. And like I said, there was no official announcement from Princess. They just quietly put it over on their website. And yeah, it's a small amount, but if you have an upcoming cruise, you've booked it, you've budgeted for your gratuities already, you haven't purchased Princess Plus or Princess Premier, yeah, you could board the ship and find out that your gratuity rate has gone up. And with it going into effect immediately, yeah, even if you prepaid your gratuities because they said effective immediately, you could still see that you owe a couple dollars on your next. So definitely keep an eye out and keep an eye on your ship account if you have an upcoming Princess cruise. That way you don't get a surprise charge on there and not aware of where it's coming from. All right, and that is going to be our video for today. If you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. It helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day. And like always, we will see you out on the high seas.